Today, my demonstrative speech will be about using starting blocks, which is these, that which includes for the 100-meter dash, 200-meter dash, 300 meters, 400 meters, 400-meter hurdles, 100-meter hurdles, and 110-meter hurdles. I'm going to focus more on the use of the equipment in the 200-meter race, how to set up at the starting line, applying pressure, and exploding out of the blocks. Before I begin, I want to know how many of you have ever used starting blocks back in high school during track and field. Before I begin, but first, the brief history of the equipment of the starting blocks are a device used in the sport of track and field by sprint athletes to hold their feet at the start of a race so they won't slip and at the start of a gun and they'll get a better start. For most level of competitions, including high school levels, international competition, starting blocks are mandatory equipment for the sprint races. The invention of starting blocks is credited to Australian Charlie Booth and his father in 1929. Prior to their invention, runners would dig holes in the dirt track. Trials were provided at the start of races. This was not the most consistent, stable system. It also was destructive to the track surface with holes in there and filled for subsequent runners. Wood was the first material used, which some tracks still have permanently placed wooden starting blocks with golden structures at the start line. Portable blocks were held by long metal spikes that needed to be pounded into the ground. These devices evolved to metal blocks. The common blocks of the 1960s were heavy and adjusted by screws that were frequently broken or became rusted over the years. Lighter weight blocks were made out of sheet metal. The rubberized surfaces of all-weather running tracks that became common starting in the 1970s made the old blocks even less secure. Original tartan tracks left long holes to secure the blocks, but most tracks require blocks to be held by small spikes similar to the ones in your shoes. Over the years, modern blocks used for world records now must have sensors that detect pressure from the athlete and can be used to time their reaction to the starting gun. Athletes who react faster than hundredths of a second can be charged with a false start. What I have here is some old blocks that was used in the 1970s and are still common at some high schools today. I was gonna go to the track to show you how to demonstrate, but the weather was just too cold. uh, the block equipment with the two plates, which is this one and this one. The left and the right. One is going to be back. This one is going to be back, and this one is going to be in front. And it depends on which leg is your strongest. That is supposed to be in the front of the blocks, and your trail leg, which is the back leg, is supposed to be back here on the back. Um, I placed some tape down at the start to illustrate a starting line where the block is going to be behind. It's going to be behind this line. Three steps in the two. Measure that with 2 feet like that. And this one will just be here. And the following steps, you're now ready to get down to your blocks and do what you gotta do. Get my kitty up. And now is where you get down and set. You're gonna put your butt up like this, and they say go. Squat up. Guess I'll do that one more time for y'all. Get out in the block. Be straight. Fingers not over the line. He said set, ass up, and that's how you do blocks. And now that y'all know how to do the starting blocks, I want y'all to share it with your brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, whatever, whoever's doing track and field. Show them how to use it.